Rodents can wipe out your entire garden overnight. In this video, we're going to show you how to stop squirrels, rats, mice, and other pests from destroying your garden starting today.
Download the Start Preparing Survival Guide to help you prepare for any disaster. I'll post a link in the description and comments section below, or visit cityprepping.com/get started for a free guide to help you get started on your journey of preparedness.
If you're new to this channel, my name is Chris, and on this channel we focus on practical preparedness, protecting your food and your home. A few weeks ago, we planted starter plants for our fall garden, and by the next morning, everything was gone. Kale, cabbage, chewed right to the stems. Rats that were drawn in by the little oasis that we've created here, they found their way into the attic and the chicken coop, eating the chicken's feed and eggs, while rabbits and squirrels tore through the garden beds. Within a week, it was a full invasion. Rodents, they don't just eat plants, they contaminate food, spread disease, and cause lasting damage if you don't act fast. Instead of using poison, which harms predators in the ecosystem you rely on, we're taking a layered defense approach that works. Our strategy consists of 3 stages: stopping new attractants, catching those already present, and establishing a natural defense to prevent their return. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 proven poison-free steps that protect your garden, your chickens, if you have them, and your home. Stick around to the last one. It's been the single most effective methods that we've found so far. By the way, I'm going to link to all the items that we cover in this video in the description and comment section below. Step 1, eliminate what's attracting rodents. Rodents don't show up by accident. They're after 2 things, food and shelter. And if you remove them both, you're going to stop most infestations before they even begin. While we're talking about protecting your garden, you might be attracting rodents with other easy meals or nesting spots around your property without realizing it. In my case, I was providing both. The chicken coop offered a nightly buffet of spilled feed when I had an open feeder in the chicken run, and my attic in my house gave them a warm, dry home. The rats were nesting up there, slipping out through the hot water room, raiding the garden, and then tunneling into the chicken run and coop to steal food. That's why this first step is so critical. Find what's attracting them and cut it off. Walk your property and look for obvious food sources, pet dishes left out overnight, spilled birdseed, compost piles, open trash cans, or gaps that let rodents reach stored feed. Even small crumbs or dust from feed bags can keep them coming back. Our dog feeders, for example, are now timed and sealed. Rodents can't get into them. In every small fix, it helps. Next, shut off their shelter. Rodents can squeeze through holes the size of a dime, so check vents, pipes, eaves, crawl spaces, and any entry point into your house. I eventually hired an exterminator to seal every vent and gap around the house, and once those were closed, the attic problem stopped completely. Now, the chicken coop was another issue. I'd been using open PVC pipe feeders that made it easy for rodents to burrow in and steal the food. Replacing them with a treadle-style feeder, one that only opens when a chicken steps on it, shuts off that food source overnight. And even if you don't have chickens, you probably have something they want, whether it's pet food, garden seed, or clutter that offers cover. Eliminating food and sealing off shelter doesn't just fix the problem now, it keeps them from coming back. And once that's done, everything else, traps, repellents, and natural predators will work far more effectively. Step 2, traps. Even with prevention, you're still going to have rodents inside the perimeter, and this is where traps come in. We're setting up several types, including a Vulcan multi-catch trap and traditional snap traps. These are simple, effective, and poison-free. We bait them with peanut butter or chicken feed and place them along walls near the coop and under sheds. Rodents prefer to run along edges, so this is where you'll get the best results. Always place traps in spots that pets and children can't reach, and check them daily to reset or clear them. An unmonitored trap will quickly lose effectiveness. Trapping is the most direct way to reduce a population quickly. It's the second most effective method that I'm going to cover here. And it is not a pleasant task, and some viewers may find the idea of this unpleasant, but this is one of the most effective tools that you can use. A single rat can eat and contaminate far more than you might think. And when you are relying on your garden for food, this is a risk that you really can't afford. Consistent trapping, it reduces numbers, it keeps pressure off your food supply, and it stops rodents before they multiply even further. And with traps, you take the problem head on without spreading poison into the food chain. Step 3, live trapping for squirrels. Squirrels are clever, and when they get into your garden bed, they can chew vegetables down to nothing in a single afternoon. I've walked out in the morning to find entire rows of seedlings clipped clean to the soil line with nothing left but a few stems. And for them, we are setting live traps. These cages are baited with chicken feed and designed to capture squirrels without harming them. Now in California, relocation is regulated, so you're going to need to check local guidelines. And in some places, captured squirrels must be euthanized. In others, they can be relocated to wild areas. Live trapping, it's a humane option, and for people who do not want to use lethal traps, it can provide relief. The main thing to remember is that squirrels are persistent and highly territorial. If one squirrel is removed, another will often move in within days if food is still available. You're going to need to pair trapping with deterrents or predators, otherwise new squirrels will quickly replace the ones that you caught and the cycle will start again. Step 4. Repellents, granules and sprays. Alongside traps, we are deploying repellents. Predator urine is another option. You're going to find coyote, bobcat, mountain lion, wolf, and fox urine available at many feed and garden stores. My local supplier recommended fox urine as one of the most effective choices for squirrels and smaller rodents, while wolf or mountain lion urine can work for larger animals like raccoons, rabbits, and deer. These are not perfect solutions, but animals rely heavily on scent. Creating scent confusion makes the method far more effective when combined with other defenses. And if you plan to use repellents long term, you're going to want to rotate different predator scents to keep rodents from adapting. The first is a granular repellent sprinkled around the garden perimeter to create a scent barrier. The second is a spray repellent with scent pads hung along the fence line. These slowly release predator-like odors and can last several weeks before needing to be refreshed. Rain or heavy watering will reduce their strength, so reapply as needed. I've also been testing buckets of used cat litter around the garden perimeter. The smell of other animals can sometimes work as a natural deterrent, similar to predator urine. If you try this, keep it contained and away from garden beds to avoid contamination. It's not a standalone fix, but another layer that can help. Repellents are especially useful for buying time while other methods take hold. They don't replace barriers or traps, but they reduce activity and make your garden less inviting. Think of them as part of a layered defense system that works best when combined with exclusion, sanitation, and predators. Repellents, they help create confusion and keep pests uneasy, but there's another way to use scent to your advantage, one that blends right into your garden. Step 5. Repellents, natural plants. In our climate here in Southern California, some plants, they do double duty. Lemongrass, lavender, citronellus, geraniums, onions of any kind, and rosemary, they all grow well in Zone 9B. And they also act as natural deterrents. Rodents, they dislike any strong oils and scents, and when planted around garden edges, these herbs make the environment less comfortable for them. This falls into deterrent category as it creates an environment that causes scent confusion and one that they find unpleasant. Now over time, they will be encouraged to move to more pleasant areas away from your property. Now the benefit here is obvious. You're going to get beautiful, useful plants that in some cases will flavor your meals, improve pollinator activity, and at the same time work against pests. Lavender and rosemary, they thrive in dry conditions and need little care once they're established, while citronella and geraniums provide a strong fragrance around patios and entryways. And these plants, they give back multiple benefits to your homestead. It's not a silver bullet, but combined with other methods, it adds another layer of defense. And for those who prefer earth-friendly and humane strategies, planting deterrent species is one of the easiest steps to take, and it blends in naturally with the rest of your garden. Step 6. Natural predators, farm cats. Finally, we're introducing a few new farm kittens to our homestead. Now these cats will grow up as working animals, living outside, patrolling barns, coops, and garden edges, and keeping rodents in check. A single barn cat can take down dozens of rodents in a single season. Multiply that times 4 or 5, and you get a 24/7 patrol force that never really clocks out. Over time, their scent alone helps deter new rodents from moving in. And this approach isn't new. Farmers have relied on cats for centuries because they're effective, low maintenance, and poison-free. Barn cats, they play a crucial role in the ecosystem. They hunt, they patrol, and they exert constant pressure on rodent populations without spreading toxins into the food chain. To do this responsibly, though, a few steps are essential. Provide secure shelter from weather and predators, feeding to keep them healthy, and regular veterinarian care. Feeding them makes sure that they stay bonded with your property and view it as their territory. And if you're introducing barn cats for the first time, keep them in a large kennel or enclosed space for the first few weeks so they acclimate and recognize your property as home. Once released, they'll naturally begin exploring and establishing their hunting routes. For us, these cats add a long-term layer of protection and balance. They're a natural, self-sustaining solution, no traps or reset, no poison to worry about, and they connect us to one of the oldest traditions in pest control. When combined with everything else that we've done, exclusion repellents and removing food sources, they help ensure that once rodents leave, they stay gone. None of these 6 steps alone are going to solve the problem, but together they form a layered defense that cuts off food sources, reduces populations, and makes your garden an environment that rodents want to avoid. This combination turns your backyard from an open buffet into a defended, productive space where your crops and animals can thrive. As you drive rodents out of your garden, make sure that they're not moving into your home. Set a few traps inside, check for gaps, and seal small openings with steel wool or flashing. Food security means protecting what you grow and where you live. Let me know in the comments which of the methods have worked best for you and if you've ever tried something unconventional that actually worked. I would encourage you to take a look at a couple of videos I'll post here on the side of the screen. The first are the items that we planted for the fall, and the next is raising chickens. If you have any feedback or any thoughts, feel free to post that below, and as always, stay safe out there.